I'm Joe Lombardo. I'm the coordinator of the United National Anti-War Coalition, UNAC, which is hosting this important online rally and webinar. Thank you for joining us today. I think we're going through a very important time for our movement. I think history may look back at this time and see it was a time of great changes. We've gone through the period of COVID-19 pandemic. We've seen our government's criminal responses to this pandemic with the highest number of deaths in the world. We saw one state competing with the next and with the federal government for PPE, for ventilators and other resources. We saw the economy tank. At the same time, we saw the stock market rise as people lost jobs, lost their health care, and are in dire straits. During this period of the worldwide pandemic, the U.S. has increased sanctions on the 39 countries that it has sanctions on. And this includes denying these countries needed medical equipment, medicines, and other important resources they need to fight the pandemic in their own country. This is in direct contrast to what some other countries have done, like Cuba and China, which have sent doctors, medicine, and everything else they can to try to alleviate this pandemic in one country after another. In the midst of this pandemic, we have seen the incredible murder of George Floyd, and we've seen the incredible reaction to it, where more than 2,000 cities and towns across the entire country came out in massive numbers to protest the endemic racism that we see in our country. But the police and the white vigilantes did not stop and continue with their onslaught. And we need to continue our movement. We need to stay in the streets. In the coming months, we can expect to see many people losing their jobs, their rents coming due, and more upsurge and more problems for the American people and working people. Yet the Democratic and Republican conferences did not address these issues at all. They have not shown any way forward. They have not called for a single-payer healthcare, universal healthcare for the people of this country. They have not condemned the police shootings. And so we must stay in the streets. We must stay united. We must continue to organize. And we hope that this online rally will be a step in that direction. Today's rally, you will hear speakers from many different movements, many different organizations speaking on a number of topics that are important for us today. We'll try to rotate where there'll be an international issue and then a national issue. As we see it, there is a war abroad, there are wars abroad, and there are wars at home. So thank you again for joining us.